Anthropic has shocked the AI world again with Claude 3.7 Sonnet. As many of you probably know if you follow this channel, Claude 3.5 Sonnet has long been my go-to all-in-one AI model for creative writing. It's not perfect on everything, but it tends to do really well in everything, so it's always been the thing that I go for. But is 3.7 Sonnet an actual improvement on 3.5 Sonnet, especially for creative writing? That's what we want to know about here. So let's dive into my full analysis and breakdown, and I'll give you the final score at the end where you can see how this measures up as a whole to the other Claude models and other, mainstream AI models as well. So let's get into it. So here's the document that I use to measure different models in creative writing. This is a qualitative breakdown, a qualitative assessment based on my own analysis of these things. It's, as far as I know, the only qualitative assessment of AI models for creative writing. What I do is I run a series of prompts, and it's always the exact same prompts for every single model. I keep the prompts relatively simple because I don't think that heavy prompt engineering is actually going to be that important once these models get better and better and better. Eventually, we'll get to a point where all you need is just clear communication of your story, and it will be able to write it really well. You won't need to sort of try and hack it with all of these types of prompts. So I keep my prompts simple for that reason, to test how well it's able to respond to the prompt without a whole lot of hacks and prompt engineering. In one case today, you'll see it actually did it with flying colors, and I'm really excited to show that one to you. So I've gone ahead and made the text a little bit stronger here and a little in this nice blue color so you can see which one I'm talking about. This is Claude 3.7 Sonnet. I've also got data from all of the other major Claude models. Here, I did a whole video comparing all of the different Claude models together. I've also got some of the other flagship ones like GPT-4o. This is the more recent creative writing version. There's O1, there's DeepSeek R1, a bunch of others on here as well that I've collected data on so far. I'm still working on trying to get a lot of the back data going for these things, but in general, I've got the important ones here. Now, like the other Claude models before it has a context window of 200,000 tokens. This has become, it's still an amazing number, but this is pretty standard at this point. But what's interesting is that it has a max output of 128,000 tokens. And I actually got it to write 10,000 words in one single prompt, which I'll get into a little bit later. So it is capable of outputting a lot more than previous versions of Claude. And I know this is going to be really good news to a lot of you because the previous version, even though it says it had 8,000 tokens of output here, usually was not writing more than 400 or 500 words. I could occasionally get it to a little bit over 1,000, but it was known, this particular model was known for not being really wordy. It would not continue on for very long. It would often stop really early. And so it's really nice to know that this version of 3.7 Sonnet is much better at writing longer output. You can absolutely write a whole chapter at once using 3.7 Sonnet, which is really great news. As far as cost goes, it is the same cost here as previous versions of 3.5 Sonnet, as $3 for every million tokens of input and $15 for every million tokens of output. Kind of middle of the road there, not particularly expensive, but also, not among the cheapest either. And yes, I did some testing and it does not do not safe for work content, at least nothing spicy. I was able to get it to do some kind of gruesome death scenes and stuff like that. It doesn't seem to have as big of a problem with those, but for the spicier scenes, you're definitely going to struggle to get it to do anything significant there. This is not really anything new. This is typical of all of the Claude models before. And actually, I think it might be a little bit more lenient than previous Claude models in terms of things that aren't really something that should be censored, like a kissing scene or something like that. You're probably not going to have the same kind of problems with 3.7 Sonnet for little things like that. But for the big, spicier, not safe for work scenes, you're definitely going to want to use one of the open source models like Goliath or some of the others to do that. All right, so those are the basic stats, right? And next, let's talk about the outlining prompts. So this whole section highlighted in blue are my outlining and brainstorming prompts. And To put it simply, this was unexpectedly fantastic. My logline prompt, I asked it to give me 20 log lines for a fantasy story, just to give me an idea. Does it understand what makes a good story idea? And I ask it for 20 log lines, and then I go through and highlight how many I think are good. And in this case, it gave me 13 that I thought were good. The previous record was held over here by Quinn, which I haven't done a video on yet, but that one gave me 11. And the previous version of 3.5 Sonnet gave me 10. So good job on the log lines. And some of them I thought were legitimately good. In fact, one of them I even took into Sudowrite to use Sudowrite's new Muse model. And I actually had it start the story because I was actually intrigued by the premise and I wanted to see what that might even look like. But then we get to the outline, okay? So with the outline, what I do is I give it a brief summary of this brief synopsis, and then I give it the full plot module template. This is a long template of 42 chapters that I give it that is based on this template that I created called the plot module. You can check out my book if you're interested in that. But let me show you what this looks like. So this was the output that it gave me. I gave it the name Crimson Crown, King's Betrayal, and then started in with the prologue as chapter 1, and then chapter 1 here, chapter 2 here. Notice how big these summaries are. There's actually quite a bit of detail in every single one of these chapters in the outline. And usually when an AI model is doing that, it will slowly get more and more succinct as it goes along. So by the end of the outline, it will be only writing like a sentence or two. But if we actually go to the bottom of this outline, you'll notice that here's chapter 41. Here's chapter 40. They're all quite big. And I was absolutely shocked. It wrote a nearly 10,000 word outline, which I have never seen before from an AI model. And what's even more exciting, this also had never happened to me before, okay? This is like first for me. As I started reading through it, I actually found myself engaged by the story. I wanted to read more. That's like the best praise I could give this, that I was actually engaged in the story. And so for my score, I think every single chapter that he gave me was viable. So I gave it a perfect 42 out of 42. The best that any model has gotten before was 33. 3.5 Sonnet did 33 chapters, and I thought, well, it did 42 chapters, but I thought 33 of them were viable. In this case, I thought not only were they viable, they were actually way better than anything I'd ever seen before. They had a logical consistency where it was like foreshadowing things that were to come, and it kept in mind things that had happened in the past, so you didn't have too many characters get lost or anything. It came together in a really interesting kind of journey, and I thought it was overall a fantastic story. Plus, it wrote the whole thing in one go, which is another big plus on top of that. Now, I'm not saying it was perfect, okay? So there was still maybe a little polishing that would be needed if you wanted to actually write a full book with that, with the summary that it gave me. But the fact that it was as close as it was like 90% of the way there and just needed a little tweaking to make it perfect. And additionally, if I had a more specific story in mind to fit my vision of how this goes, I would probably need to modify it even more or give it more information up front so that it could write a more accurate outline to my vision. But on the whole, it did such a good job that I was really impressed, and I thought the story was actually solid. In the case of most of these models that you see here, you pretty much have to throw out everything that it gives you. It gives you a couple of chapters that might be okay, but really, if you want to have it done right, you need to do it yourself. This is the first time where I actually thought this can help me. This can actually give me a leg up on the outlining process. So I was really, really impressed by that. I gotta say, like, I'm gonna be gushing about this outline throughout this whole video because by far it was the best thing that I was able to get out of this AI model. But not to spend too much time on this, next we have a beats prompt where I asked it to give me 20 beats based on a summary of a single chapter, and it gave me 18 that I thought were viable. Some of the things that it mentioned in those 18 beats, well, it gave me 20 beats, but the 18 of them were good. some of the things that it mentioned in those beats were actually amazing. Like, it came up with story ideas that weren't in my initial prompt, but actually made sense for the story that I was trying to tell and made the scene just a little bit more interesting. Plus, it had a logical coherency from the beginning to the end that often you don't get with these scene beats. It's like, very often with other models, it sounds like it's just trying to make up stuff that sounds appropriate. This one actually felt like it understood what good story is and what a good scene is, and was able to give me beats that were appropriate. Now, again, not perfect. You would still need to validate it, make sure everything's good and up to your vision. But better than anything else I've seen from any other model, which leads me to the prose prompts. Now, I have 4 different prose prompts that I run. I have a basic prose prompt, which I just have it to create 500 words of a scene, or at least I ask it for 500 words of a scene. I have a complex prose prompt, which is the same scene, but I add a little bit more prompt engineering in there, including a full sample chapter of my work so it can try to emulate my prose style. And I do that to try and see how different is that result from the basic prose prompt result. And then I have, because these two prompts don't really have any dialogue in them, I have another prompt where I ask it for dialogue for a dialogue scene. The prompt isn't that different from the basic prose prompt, except there's dialogue in this scene. And then I have an editing prose prompt. This is where I give it a scene that was previously written by, I believe it was Claude 2. The scene isn't very good, but all of the components of the scene are there. And so what I do is I ask it to just improve the writing of that scene and see how well it does. So those are the prose prompts. For the basic prose prompt, it wrote 415 words out of the 500 I requested. 346 of which I thought were viable, which, as you can see, for the runner-up right underneath it right here, which is Claude 3.5 Sonnet, it did much better than that model did. For the complex prose model, I wrote a little bit less at 316, but you can tell, like, that's still more than I got out of previous models, and 269 of those words were viable. And I can confirm it was much better. Just overall, the general style was much better when I gave it that sample chapter and the more complex prompt. So giving it a sample chapter of your own work or of what you consider to be good work when you are constructing your story is a great way to improve the style of that scene if you're using a model like this. For the dialogue prose prompt, it gave me 472 out of 500, so very close to the mark there, and 407 of that was viable, in my opinion. And by the way, if you're asking how I tell what is viable, I literally go through and I highlight the phrases that I think are good, like I would actually use it unchanged or with very little addition. So the editing prompt, so the original editing story was 349 words. It expanded that to 569 words, 342 of which I thought was viable. So it definitely did a better job than we've seen here with these other models. I would say it wasn't perfect. I still got a lot of better results by writing the same scene. It's actually the same scene as this dialogue prose prompt. If you just write it over again with this model, it was better than trying to edit the original version. But at the same time, it did a better job of editing than I've seen from other models. Next, we get my marketing prompts. These are for marketing use cases that an author might need. First of all, I had it write add headline prompts, and this one, it did more or less the same as 3.5 Sonnet. It gave me 6, whereas 3.5 gave me 7. It did do a little bit better on the email newsletter prompt, where it gave me 268 words that I thought were usable, as opposed to 148 for 3.5 Sonnet, which is honest. So this is still better than any of the others have given me, even though it wasn't great. I would still need to modify the email that it gave me quite a bit to make it something I would actually want to send out to an email list. But then we have the SEO article super prompt. And in this super prompt, I give it a big list of stuff and ask it to write 4,000 words. It only wrote 2,000 words for me. I have some strong confidence that if I increased that request to, say, like 10,000 words, it would probably get closer to the 4,000 words that I'm actually asking for. And it was usable within one single prompt. What it gave me, I was just like, yeah, I could publish this and it would be fine. So it did a good job. All that culminates into the overall score, which for this is an astronomical 593, or almost 594. which is far higher than any model, like by a long shot, far higher than any other model on this list. The best that I've had before was the original, the previous version of 3.5 Sonnet, which had a score of 412. This score right here is the next one that's not bad. It had a score of 385. This is actually the creative writing version of GPT-4o, which didn't do too bad either. But as you can see, both of those are dwarfed by how good 3.7 Sonnet performed. It did an absolutely amazing job. I'm going to address one more thing before I wrap up, because this came up in my writing group. And by the way, if you are interested in understanding all of this, like I talk about like what makes good writing here, and I'm going through and I'm actually assessing, is this a good phrase and if this isn't, I would invite you to take a look at my Story Hacker group. Because that's really where we learn what makes good storytelling. Because a lot of AI authors don't actually know, and they write stuff that I look at it and I can tell that immediately this was AI generated. It's not really good. Any editor would immediately throw this out. And so I want to help authors to not really have to deal with that. And so in my Story Hacker group, I literally just hired a developmental editor who's going to be going through and doing classes on what makes good storytelling. I have another guy who is a graphic designer teaching you how to use AI art. And then, of course, I am in there. I do a class every single week where you can come and get coached in a group setting. And there's accountability calls. And it's just an absolutely amazing community. Plus, you get a couple of free courses when you join, and you get all of my books for authors for free. So go ahead and check that link down below. But one of the questions that came up in the Story Hacker community is how does this compare to Sudowrite's Muse? Because if you saw my recent video about Sudowrite, you know I actually am a big fan of their new Muse model, which does dialogue and prose very, very well. And I would say, first of all, you can't do a full comparison because Muse is not capable of doing some things like these brainstorming prompts or an editing. Well, I can do some editing, but like these marketing prompts, I can't ask it to write an article. That's not really what it's built for. It's really just built for prose. And I don't have a comparison here yet. But really, I would only be able to compare it on these categories here, particularly the basic prose prompt, the complex prose prompt, and the dialogue prose prompt. And I can say that I think Muse does have a little bit of an edge, even 3.7 Sonnet, although 3.7 Sonnet is closing that gap pretty quickly. And I think if we continue to see leaps in these models like this, if they all continue to improve like this one did, especially like, when we start getting Claude 4 and Claude 5, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point it's going to be good enough that it can rival a Muse model or any of the best that we've got out there. But for right now, I would say Muse is still a better model for prose specifically. But given that 3.7 Sonnet could do a whole lot more besides just writing prose, it's still something I would strongly recommend you work with, especially if you are interested in doing brainstorming prompts and outlining prompts. It is by far the best thing I have come across for those specific use cases, like by a mile. And I'll also add, like, from what I've heard, this is also a much better model for coding and math and a whole bunch of other things. Particularly coders. I've heard really good things about coding. Now, of course, I am not a coder. This is not a channel about using AI for coding. But the fact that this model is so versatile and it's actually good at creative writing makes me really hopeful for the future that we might continue to get models like this that are really tailored to the practical use cases that people are actually using these models for. A big part of which is writing, whether that's writing for the web, writing for emails, writing creatively. I think Claude and Anthropic, they are the only people that really seem to be taking that side of things seriously. And so I was really impressed with this model. And speaking of brainstorming, if you want to know more about that, and I have a whole video that's like a full course on brainstorming with AI. I'm sure if you used 3.7 Sonnet with the tips that I make in that video, you're going to see some absolutely amazing results. So go check that video out, and I will see you there.